Are you bringing new staff on for your practice or your med spa? Well, congratulations. But here's the thing, hiring a new staff member is only half the battle. The secret to turning a new hire into a rock star is your onboarding process. I cannot tell you how many practices hire a new member and then just give them a login and maybe a packet and say, there you go, good luck, go get it. Because let's be honest, by the time you actually hire this person, you really needed them to be killing it like last week, right? So that's why people do that. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step onboarding plan that's designed specifically for medical practices or med spas. From day one to the first 90 days, I'm going to show you how to set clear expectations, train effectively, and ensure that your new staff member feels welcomed and is ready for success. Now make sure you like this video and subscribe so you know when we post some other videos. So let's get started. So why does onboarding matter? Did you know that poorly onboarded staff members are twice as likely to just quit within the first year? So let's start with, what does onboarding even really mean? Well, to onboard a new employee, it means to integrate a new hire into the company by introducing them to their company culture, their role, responsibilities, work environment, and to key members, and essentially helping them to feel welcomed and prepared to do their job efficiently. And in a medical practice, this includes onboarding on patient care and satisfaction. It will significantly reduce turnover and decrease your costs because you aren't having to stop everything to post ads, interview, and do things like that. You can do things that actually make you money. So once you hire somebody, your initial step is going to be the pre-arrival preparation. The onboarding starts before they even step foot into your practice. So you're going to create a great welcome packet. Now this is going to include your employee handbook, your role expectations, and a checklist of a training schedule for your onboarding process. Next, you want to set up their workspace with essentials, maybe a uniform, name tags, supplies, whatever they might need. Then you're going to inform your current staff about the new hire. Now, day one is going to be welcome and onboarding. So first impressions count. Here's how to make the day a more memorable one for your new hire. Start with a warm welcome. Give them a tour, introduce them to everybody. Next, you're going to want to schedule time and actually go over your employee handbook. Make sure you touch on key policies, mission statement, and your practice values. Then this part's important. Make sure they sign the document, which should be at the end of your employee handbook, that says they've had somebody go over this employee handbook with them and then they understand it. As a side note, if you do not have a solid employee handbook, we offer one and we can customize it to your actual practice policies. It's so important to have an employee handbook because it protects you from lawsuits, and even it can be used in unemployment to win unemployment cases. So to learn more about our employee handbook, go to our website, or we'll try to put a link in our description as well. Now, the last thing I would say that I think is important is to provide this person with a mentor or like a buddy for the week. It's just somebody who can kind of help guide them and introduce them to people. Try to pair them with somebody they might get along with, things like that. So week one. Week one's going to be your training and integration. Training isn't just about learning tasks. It's about building confidence. Conduct a hands-on training that's catered to their role. So whether it's a front desk or a medical assistant or whatever, make sure you're training for that specific role. You're going to use checklists to ensure all tasks are covered. Maybe you need checklists for the software they're using, checklists for scheduling patients, checklists for checking people in and out. Whatever the case, it's good to have all this in one spot in a binder for them so they can refer to it. Now you need to go through their goals for the first 30, 60, and 90 days with them. Then you need to set up regular check-ins and address any questions or concerns they might have or you might have. Now, for the first 30 through 90 days, this is going to be your feedback and your growth stage. So how do you turn a new hire into a thriving team member with ongoing support? Go ahead and schedule feedback sessions at 30, 60, and 90 days. You need to go over how they're doing in those sessions. You as the manager, so they should understand about 50% of what they're doing within the first 2 weeks, and then 80% in the first month. So this should be your goal as their manager. Use a 30, 60, 90 day checklist or form that you can use to help go through their goals and document how they're doing. Make sure you encourage open communication and celebrate their milestones. Now, you may need to adjust training if needed to improve efficiency or fill any gaps. So let's talk about how to avoid common onboarding pitfalls. Do not let these simple mistakes derail your onboarding process. Try to avoid overwhelming new hires with too much information. But that said, make sure you give them enough information to make sure it's challenging for them. Let them know you don't expect them to know everything right away, but give them goals of what you would like them to know pretty quick. Avoid failing to provide feedback. It's so important for you to teach them and correct them early so they don't continue to make these same mistakes. If you don't tell them they're doing something wrong, they're not going to know. So if they're doing something that's not okay, like coming in late early on, you make sure you stop that very quickly. And if they don't, these are things you need to pay attention to within the first 2 weeks. If you see a lot of red flags in the first 2 weeks, or they don't seem to be picking things up, these are big red flags that you need to pay attention to, and this may not be the best hire for you. Do not wait months before you decide to fire them. Do not let them bring down the team because you didn't want to fire them because you needed somebody. You're better off finding the right person for the right job. And emphasize the importance of consistent follow-up and clear communication. Now, onboarding is not just about providing a new hire a checklist or handing them a bunch of documents and say, here you go, look this over. It's your chance to invest in your new team member and train them for your practice's success. With the right process, you'll create a confident, engaged employee who delivers amazing care to your patients, who's efficient, and a team player. Now, if you're looking to improve the HR part of your practice, then make sure you check out this video I just did called HR Mistakes Could Be Costing Your Practice. It's packed with actionable advice on creating a healthy work environment, a great workplace culture, and ensuring your practice is running efficiently. Or if you'd like to discuss your hiring or working with somebody on some of your HR questions or concerns, feel free to schedule a call with me. The link is in the description, and you can do a free consulting call with me. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.